Hey everybody, it's Jeff. I'm here to talk about my guitars. I wanted to just tell you all about them. But one in particular is this one here. This is my number one guitar from my quote career, unquote. I don't know what you would call it. But I've been using this since 1990 when it was built in Boston by a fellow named Eric Miller, who is a marvelous guitar maker and guitar builder and conceiver, and the man gives a lot of thought to what he does. And I am going to just tell a little bit about this guitar to you, and then I'm going to have a little conversation with Eric about it. Real quick, it's just been with me a long time, as I've said. It's a hollowed, chambered body. The parts are made by Tom Anderson. It has a bird's eye maple neck. Yum, yum. It gets an array of sounds due to the matching Duncan 59 splittable pickups in the neck and bridge positions. And I wanted a very versatile instrument, and I got it. It also has a really unique tone to it, so that's a wonderful thing about it. Changes over the years. I put a new pick guard on it when the original one was signed by Pete Townsend of The Who, and that's on my wall up there. So I replaced the pick guard, which had an insignia from Eric on the back in copper when it was built, and so anyway, that's framed and safe. I think the nut, and I changed saddles to Graphtec saddles at some point, and that's pretty much. One of the pickups was replaced over the years with another Duncan 59. But yeah, pretty much as the creator created her. And I'd like to turn the rest of this over to my conversation with Eric. All right, this is Eric Miller, everybody, and he's the guy on the name on the headstock on my guitar, which he so graciously opted. He's like, "Would you like my name?" And I said, "Absolutely." Eric Miller. Hi, old friend.
How you doing, Jeff?
I'm doing all right.
All right.
It's been many, many years.
Indeed.
And I have been playing this fantastic instrument for a long time, and it's still my number one.
I am so thrilled to hear that.
It's a one of a kind. It's a unique thing.
Yeah.
And
well, it was born out of a really unique idea too. And you know some of the story of that, I think, but maybe not the whole thing. But when the time comes, I'll do the best I can to recount the creation of that thing.
Yeah, let's talk about what that. I mean, so the reason I came to you was because of our mutual friend, a fantastic guitar player, Peter Parchak.
Pete, yeah.
He was playing some of your instruments, and I was robbed, horrifically robbed. And I came to you for an appraisal of a Les Paul that was stolen, and I wanted the Robin Ford model, the Esprit that he was playing.
That's it.
I thought that was really great, but when I played it, it didn't really feel like the one for me, although it sounded fantastic. So I think I mentioned that to you, and take it from here as far as the whole, because that was the start of you working with these parts from Tom Anderson.
You bet. Yeah, well, actually, the whole thing is around Peter Parchak, because Robin moved to Westchester, I believe because his wife was into drama, and he was wanting to sort of flesh out the area. He came up to Boston, somehow got hooked up with Pete, sat in with 9 Below Zero, and I got invited to a couple of gigs where Robin was playing. I guess one was at Riles, the other was at I guess I can't remember the venue, but Pete's band opened up for him. So we had a good amount of time to sort of just shoot the shit and talk a little bit about instruments. And that gig at Riles, he showed up early, and I saw the Ultra Esprit that he was playing, and I heard him playing it. One of the things that got me about that instrument is, it looks sort of like a offset scaled down 335.
Uh-huh.
And it was basically a chambered instrument without F holes. And one of the things I noticed is it had this pop that was just really, really distinctive. And I just assumed it had a lot to do with the chambering. So during the course of getting to know Robin some, he started talking about Telecaster. And of course, I started free associating as to what that Telecaster might be. But I was also thinking, well, what if we married the Ultra Esprit with the Telecaster, but made it still a Telecaster? How would that work? Basically a chambered tele with pickups that were a little larger than life. And so I called up Tom Anderson. And at that time, Tom was he wasn't making drop tops yet, but he was making instruments that had, say, like a mahogany back and a flame maple top, or, different tops and backs. And I said to him, hey, Tom, could you take a swamp ash body as if it were going to be getting a maple top, mill it down to about that dimension, then, route out some chambers, leave it solid in the center to just behind the bridge, route out some chambers on either side and right behind the bridge, and then put another piece of swamp ash on top, basically a chambered telly, like a sandwich. He goes, yeah, I can do that. How many you want?
Wow.
And I basically gave him an order, one of which was the body that that wound up becoming your instrument. And he said, that sounds like a really good idea. He goes, I'll make a few for myself and mess around with them. And that's how the Hollow T was born.
Incredible.
The Tom Anderson Hollow T.
Yeah, you told me a couple months ago that this was in effect a prototype to that. I was like, wow.
That's exactly right. And so basically, in my mind, I thought, well, someone might want a telly one day that's a combination of Robin's Ultra Esprit and actual telly. And it had all the options that Robin had with the Ultra Esprit, which is basically two humbuckers, which were both splittable.
Uh-huh.
That's what your guitar is.
Yep. Yeah.
Basically, it's a marriage between a Telecaster and Robin's Ultra Esprit, and you were the one who was lucky or hip enough,
persistent and whiny.
Yeah, it didn't come off that way.
It's certainly a versatile guitar, while remaining very unique in its tone. It just sounds like no other instrument. So I can, hear it in recordings and stuff. And I'm just always inspired when I play this guitar. I've got many others that I like to play, but just this one is just, it's me. And
well, that's
I can do things on it.
I know what I do.
Yeah, no. So, part of the big success of my instrument was all that, all the thought and that was put into it.
That has to be it, man.
And you feel that when you play it. It's like, yeah, this is a great instrument. It's got all
the concept has to exist before the instrument. And that's what people don't get.
Mm-hmm.
They all want to take an instrument, pull it off the shelf, and fall in love. And don't we all?
Yeah. Yep.
But when you get more serious about it, like when you, as you were saying, you're searching for your voice and getting to find out what resonates with you and what doesn't. That's an internal process that a lot of people don't reach. And that's why, Berkeley was such a rich playground for me.
Right.
Because everyone there was there to do just that.
Exactly. Find their voice.
When I taught the repair course there, I wasn't training luthiers. I was training players to be closer to their instrument. And God forbid if she have to deal with a luthier or repair person in the future, they'd know what to ask or how to look at things because they would have seen procedures done. Yeah. So it was really an education for the aspiring player.
That's awesome. Yeah. This was really, really enlightening and cool. I look forward to sharing all this for my 6 viewers out there on YouTube.
I'm sure they'll grow, Jeff. But I'm so proud of you, man. Just watching. I mean, when that Echo in the Canyon came out, first of all, I was just so stoked to see the film because so much of my musical past is right there.
Sure, yeah.
You're in the band? Holy mackerel!
That was.
It was so rich. I loved it.
That was fun. They put me on vintage guitars for that, so I didn't have a lot of chance to play yours.
Yeah, well, of course, it's okay. You're forgiven. But let me tell you this. When I graduated, which was 1984, the percentage of students who graduated Berkeley who went on to have a career in music 2%.
Wow.
So consider yourself part of that rarefied batch.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
that's in 84, when people could sometimes afford the school.
Well, great, man. This has been fantastic to chat, and we'll talk again sometime.
Hope so.